Man, I really got to get this report from Mr. Johnson done, but see what my friends are doing.
Okay, hi everyone. We are going to talk about training for social media in the workplace. So, when you are going to get your new job, you will be using social medias for the company to promote any events we have going on, any of our products, um, anything of that nature. So, that's why we have to discuss using social media and the right way to use it. So first of all, I would like to know who has a Facebook or a Twitter or an Instagram or any type of blog or anything like that for social media. Okay, good. So when you are using your social medias, do you use them to promote anything that you're doing, any community service events going on, any companies that you've ever worked for? Have you ever promoted for them off your personal page? Okay, good. So you might be promoting off your personal page, but we would like you to focus on using the company's page as opposed to your personal page. So we will be giving you a login and out information for the actual pages that we're going to use for the company. So when you are on these social medias, the first thing that you are going to do is avoid talking to any of your friends, any instant messaging, any tweeting back and forth, any social networks like that. You should only be on the company's pages, promoting the companies, and that's it. It should never be personal use. You shouldn't be telling your mom to pick up your kids or anything like that. Like, that's irrelevant. So you need to really focus on the company and what the company has to do in the business for the company. Also, if you were on your computer, there is no reason for you to be using your phone. So phones will be turned off and put away in a locker just to avoid any distractions from your work that you need to be doing. So just make sure that you're using your social media um, just for work purposes, and that's all. So when you're posting on behalf of the company, first thing you should never do is release confidential anything about the company. So if information is supposed to be private about the company, you should not be putting it on any type of social networks. Also, if you should never share your confidential information for any of the team members, even though you may know something, other members may not. So you should not be sharing any private information in between team members. Also, make sure that your posts are completely accurate and that they're not misleading. So make sure that you're putting factual information in your posts, or you could end up getting terminated just for lying or being false about the company. Also, never use offensive, demeaning, abusive, or inappropriate remarks about the company or any other company or anyone in general. So try to keep all your posts as positive and informational as possible. And when you're engaging with people online, even though you may be anonymous because you're on the company's website, do not pick fights with someone. There will be people that get on there, they might talk about negatively about the company or any people that work in the company, but you should not engage back and forth with negative um, information or any negative words back and forth, because that reflects negatively upon the company. The main thing that we want you to understand is to not abuse social networks. Though it may be a good thing, it could be too much of a good thing. So we aren't doing all of our business all on social media. So you will be doing a little bit of it, but it's not going to take over everything. So you should not be abusing any of this. Please follow all our rules and guidelines that we share with you, because it can end in termination. And even if you feel like you post one thing and no one will see it. One person can find it and it can blow up bigger than what it really was. So please be careful and don't abuse social networks. Also, please keep it professional. I know I said this before, but please keep it as professional as possible. Try not to use slang. Try not to have misspellings. Make sure someone proofreads what you write. Just have someone else look at your what you're getting ready to post and make sure an editor sees it, just to make sure that you're not putting anything up that, again, will look bad upon the company. Also, make sure you know what the company is about. So don't post something about the company and you have no idea what we really are doing or not doing, because then it'll look like you don't know what we're talking about, and then that we hired someone that doesn't know what they're talking about. And then again, over and over, I can't say, please watch what you say. So please be very careful about what you say on these social networks. As you can see in the previous video, we had a worker, an employee, doing some work on the computer. And can you tell me what you believe that he was doing wrong in the video? There are some benefits to social media. Enhanced communication is one of them. So communicating with our buyers, also communicating within the company is a great way to use social media. Also, it's cost effective. It's a whole lot cheaper to create these pages and social networks and social avenues to connect with employees and buyers and people that are interested in our company. Also, it engages the employees. It reduces our employee turnover. It increases knowledge retention. It has higher levels of productivity, and people are talking about your organization even if you're not online. So they saw you on Facebook and they saw you on Twitter, and then they, relay it. So then it goes word of mouth as well as on social media. So there are benefits to social media. So some issues that we want to combat are content appropriateness. So what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Also, friending and unfriending. People that you might unfriend could end up being a bad thing. Also, discrimination, bullying will not be tolerated at all on any type of social network that you're posting on. Confidentiality, like I told you guys before, please, please, please make sure that you are keeping what's private to the business private. Also, security issues, so people hacking in to our information or identity theft or anything like that. We want to avoid any of that. So don't post any personal information about yourself or any team members or anybody in the company at all. And also reputation. So please be careful about what you may have had before happen in your life, and that might come back up on social networks, and then they find out that you're working for this company. So please be very careful, even on your own personal social networks, what you post and what pictures you're putting up and things of that nature. So before you go and post something, make sure you keep in mind, is this private information? Am I discriminating? Am I bullying anyone? Did I get someone to proofread what I'm writing, and am I being appropriate on this page and on my own personal page? Following these guidelines and everything else that I went over will protect you in the future, help you keep your job, and help keep face of the company. And if anyone abuses any of these things, you could end up eventually being terminated. So please just avoid them now, so you don't have to deal with anything later. And have a good day. It's not real. Okay, so for next time, we will be discussing different examples of social media. So we will actually show you guys our website, show you example posts of what you should be posting and what you shouldn't be posting. We will also have like a run through, so we'll have each person post something that we will all look over and make sure it's correct, just so you know how to do it and you have the experience of doing it before you are on your own doing it.